On December 7th, 1941, when Japan dropped the bomb on Pearl Harbor, we lost our freshman innocence. On May 8th, 1945, when Berlin was conquered, we were seniors studying for our final exams. We were the class that attended Hunter High throughout all 4 years of World War II. To us, the 75 years ago seems as but yesterday. Though our limbs, eyes, and ears may no longer function as well as they did then, our memories are still very vivid. We remember the mandatory first aid classes, as well as Julius Caesar and Cicero, and our trips to the lake at Central Park to play softball on the lawn or to meet lonely young sailors on leave who liked rowing on the lake. We remember the enormous shock when President Roosevelt died in the arms of his mistress, while Eleanor kept the home fires burning. We also remember the speech classes we were forced to take so that we could land a sought-after job as a telephone operator, one step higher than secretary, which was the most obvious job for college graduates. But the majority of our class defied those norms. The number one occupation amongst our graduates was college professor. Quite a few became doctors, some of international renown, and two served as mayors of their communities. The 1950s stay-at-home moms did not include the Hunter High classes of 45. Our far-flung class had no easier time getting to Hunter on time than today's students, but we had double-decker Fifth Avenue buses as well as trolley cars. And after a trip to school that often took an hour of battling crushing subway crowds that nearly always included groping males, we had to climb 3 sets of steep stairways to get to our classes because the elevator, under the watchful eye of Jimmy, the beloved operator, was restricted to the handicapped students. It didn't help that, to help the war effort, the country started daylight saving time at that particular point and robbed us of some needed sleep. We learned how to pay stamps in our ration books, which earned us a limited amount of meat, milk, butter, and fats, sugar, and eggs, and in our war stamp books, with which, when we had pasted 1,875 10-cent stamps, we could buy a war bond. But we also learned so much more that gave us the mark of a hunter girl the rest of our lives. No hunter girl could escape Julius Caesar's wars, and those who entered as freshmen were also blessed with Cicero. Our speech classes sought to eliminate Brooklynese. There was no thought of any other inflections of foreign accents, but elocution was in everyone's vocabulary. Our teachers were strict, but compassionate, and only a very few so eager to inculcate us with erudition that they lost control. I owe my love of history to Mary Cronin, an absolutely incredible pedagogian whose influence I share with nearly every student fortunate enough to have entered her portals into a classroom, and Mademoiselle Briere, my French teacher, who in addition to teaching conjugations and vocabulary, also had a room in her heart for a displaced refugee like me and the several others in our class who had escaped Hitler's Europe. Thank you.